I'm about to take you into my new favorite room in the entire house. Kyler and I have been working on getting our art room ready for, I guess only a week and a half or two. We've been buying those giant 5x5 Kallax shelves and then another Kallax shelf and organizing and cleaning and bins and all that stuff. And I'm about to show you what it looks like. I'm through the roof. I want to cry. I'm so happy. So when you first walk in, you've got my desk because it goes in here. And I kind of fixed it up so it looks a little better. It's nice and clean. This shelf was on the other side, but we moved over here and there's a little art library of books down there for reference. We've also got some other art books about artists, and these are other books about artists, but also some color swatches. And then these books have all kinds of art, but in only a specific color. So you have all kinds of art that's green and all kinds of art that's blue and all kinds of art that's yellow and red. So this is kind of a little art section, and then that's just my private shelf with family photo albums. I've got a picture by Ashley McDaniels and one by Celia in my art room. But then you come to this side of the room and look at that. It looks so much more like an art studio now. I've got my 5x5 Kallax. We thought about just getting a 4x4, but now I'm feeling really grateful we got the 5x5. I think everything would have fit okay in a 4x4, and it would have been smaller and it would have been fine, but I love all the extra space that I have. Like, we haven't even filled all the boxes yet, and that's fine. That means I have room to grow. But Kyler's been so great helping me get all this stuff. He insisted that we get the 5x5. He helped me install all of these doors because I was trying to do it myself and was failing. So he came to the rescue last night and finished those up for me. And then I put the drawers in. I haven't screwed them in because they actually stayed just fine. But we went and got all these. We've got these gray bins and these blue bins. And then all these matching white and light blue. And what I love is that it is so well themed with this room. The wall was already blue when we moved here, and so it was just, I don't know, just worked out really well to get these really pretty colored blue bins and make kind of a theme out of it. So this room is now kind of themed blue. And then I've still got my easel over there, and we've got our table. I'll tell you more about the table in a second. And then I also picked this up yesterday in Salt Lake, or 2 days ago, on KSL, and I wanted it because, as you can see, it'll be a good, I just need a little place to put, painting supplies and things like that. Now, I was originally going to use this table, and I still can, but I was thinking if I use this art room as a teaching room, like a classroom, this way I can have my teacher materials up here, they can have their student materials down there, and then I'm not like in their way and I'm not bumping into them all the time. So this was kind of important to me, and I'm glad I was able to pick it up. It actually, I feel like it kind of completes the room really nicely. So my easel was tucked back here, and I can tuck it back there for storage if I want, but I pulled it out. And what I like about this is I have the option of using it as, well, I can put a marker board here, so that when I'm teaching my students, this is my instructor area, and then I've got my instructor stuff here, and then they can be watching me right here. And what I love about this table is that I can configure it in a bazillion ways. So right now I just have it in the middle of the room, and like this, I could fit 2 students on this side. If they were little, maybe 3, but probably 2 on this side, 1 back here, and 2 on that side, and then they could all see me just fine in the front as, the teacher. But there's so much versatility. I can move it. I can move it over here when I just want to work alone and put my chair in front of it. And it could be kind of like a workspace, and then I have access to all my drawers and bins. Speaking of drawers and bins, I tried to organize them in such a way so that when I do have a class, all the stuff we would need for our classes would be really accessible. Like, I might switch this with the one below it, but we've got pencils, sharpeners, erasers. I didn't even know I had so many erasers. I just keep finding them in all my different bins, and I've organized them into here. I've got sharpeners that I didn't know I had. Some ink and ink tools. So this is kind of the basic drawing drawer. These are like your most basic pencils. And I found these really perfect bins at the Container Store, and they were cheaper than the usual bins. And they match my color scheme. I really like that. And then we've just got drawing paper ready to go. So they can just grab some paper and a pencil. They know where it is. Sit down and start drawing. We've got our other supplies too. Like this is the nice like drawing pencils, graphite, basically. All your different types of graphite that I've collected over the years from different classes and things like that. We have the nice artist colored pencils. These are the ones you buy individually. They're so nice for drawing. These are 2 packs of nice colored pencils. And then over here we have watercolor pencils. I've got 2 sets of those. And what I'd like to do is get more of these blue bins. Where'd they go? More of these blue bins so I can put them in the bin, and then when I need to bring it out, I just grab the whole bin and bring it out instead of having to like grab them and have them be all over the table. So I'll get a couple more of those. This will be rulers and things, compass, protractor, a few basic items. Then this will be scissors and glue and adhesives and adhesives. You cut things up. I made that up. Over here we have all the chalks. And I even put some of the vine charcoal in here because I needed a place for it. But mostly we've got charcoals and chalks. And then down here we have oil pastels. And then over here we've got aprons. And this is kind of like my instructor bin, which is perfect because this is where I'm going to be standing the most. I probably don't want to use that, but these are marker board markers, so it's perfect. I've even got like a pointer stick from when I worked at the MTC. And then some chalk markers and color wheels and other miscellaneous tools like a neutral gray and a viewfinder, things that I can use to help teach with. So I really like how it's organized so far. We've got, this will be clay. Right now, these just have random objects. Some of them are like art projects that I've done, and some of them are little gifts I've gotten. These are all things that when we were traveling, I've picked up these things in our travels. That's not what I originally had in these bins. I've just kind of stuck them there for now, and maybe they'll stay. I don't know. It's fine. What was going to go there was the paint in this closet. But the paint bins are too big, so they don't actually fit. So we either need to get smaller paint bins, or we just need to leave them in the closet. And I'll show you the closet in a second. Kyler let me buy this little lovely fake plant. I actually think it adds a lot to the room. Just one nice little plant, and I love it. We've got our wedding photo album, which matches the color scheme really well. And we've got some Sharpies in here, and these are all scrapbook magazines. This has a bunch of tool kits, just various tool kits. This specifically has my metal hammering, metal etching kit. I've got my wood burning tool in here and things like that. This is all actually just cards and stationery and things like that. I needed a place to put them, and here seemed like a good spot. And then I think in one of these I've got stuff for printmaking. And I don't really have very many printmaking supplies right now. So when I get more, they'll go in here too. And then in the bins below, I'm not going to open every bin, but they've got, maybe I will, I don't know, lights for doing studies on how light affects things. The bins on the bottom have different things like fabric for fabric projects, and one of these bins has all of my what are they called? Palettes and water cups. So they've all got various items. I think one of these down here has the Cricut stuff that Mom gave me. I think it's this one over here. Yep, see? I got Mom's package. And they even match my color scheme. So I've got my Cricut cartridges and my Cricut paper and my those plastic things that you put your stuff on to do the Cricut. And my Cricut's just right over here, easy to access. So is my sewing machine. So I've got Cricut stuff down here, sewing stuff down here, and I think some random other crafts that I have. And then this last bin has like projects that I've started and not finished. So it's easy for me to know where they are. And then over here, those are where, you know, big things are that wouldn't fit anywhere else. And I'm storing, like I've got, this basically ended up being where a lot of my art is stored. So like, this is all stuff from school, elementary, junior high, my photography class, miscellaneous stuff that I've done. And this, lots of these are from my 30-day art challenge. Some of these are from little classes I taught, coloring books, I guess you can consider that art that I've done, an owl that I did.